What's happening, everyone? Yeah, look, so I put up a post, little story, just about growing up and one of the things that I experienced when I was a kid. And I grew up in rural America with a grandfather that I was raised by aunts and uncles, grandparents. My mom was in the picture. But I lived a lot with between my grandparents and my aunt growing up when I was younger. And my grandfather, he drank like way more than he ever should, way more than most people ever should. And there's a point in time, I think, and I was too young to remember all the logistics, but I think he had gotten his license revoked. And back then, it was perfectly legal to operate a farm or tractor for farm purposes because everyone relied on it for their livelihood. So there was a point in time when he would get on his tractor and just run up and down the roads, um, raising holy hell like crazy. And then he would drive that tractor to the bars in Roanoke and to the city that was adjacent to us. He would drive probably a 20 to 30-minute commute over to his favorite watering hole. So there was a point in time when it caught up with him, and he actually had got arrested for driving under the influence on that tractor. So, as a kid growing up and you're dealing with that and you're dealing with these issues, or like I just remember that my family being like, oh, yeah, that's just, he does this and that's the way it is. So I lived this life when I was a kid that this wild and crazy and just that's what everyone else was doing. Turns out that wasn't the case. And sometimes with us, where you're at right now is family can be a huge struggle because you're around these folks, they influence you heavily, and you are in this situation of you want your family guilt you into being around them and wanting to be happy. And like with me, it was always, well, this is the way it is, Jeff. This is the way it is. This is what we do as a family, and that and the other. And then that blood's thicker than water, and you hear that. And I can tell you that if you are dealing with that and you're in these negative situations, or my realization is when I started getting around other people and telling some of the stories, and they were like, no, man, that's not cool. No, that's not the way it was. I've never remotely been exposed to any of that. So and then I was like, wait a minute, these light bulb moments start going off for me, and I start having these different influences that are coming into my life. Later on, one of them being some of my law enforcement friends, and then ultimately my now wife. That just came along and was like, absolutely not. That was not an acceptable way to live. Later, to keep this brief, was connecting through folks like Bedros Koulian and some of the folks that I follow and have connected with through FitBody and my franchise and mastermind groups, and just finding these folks that are like grew up similar to where we all say that it is like this whole blood sticking in water thing that Bedros taught me one time about just the blood of the covenant, and the people around you are the ones that they those are the folks that help you rise. Just because you're not a blood relative doesn't mean that you don't have an amazing family, and your family can be made up of different people. It can be made up of different walks of life that are going to help complement who you are. So as you move forward today, and if you're finding yourself stuck in a similar situation like I was, to where this chaos is as norm, and I've got more stories I can't wait to share with you all. But as you're walking through your life today and you're finding you're living this life of chaos, is just know that I can tell you from absolutely 100% experience that if you will start seeking some new influences and some new outside folks that can come in connect with me. I can help walk with you through this journey, but just really take a hard look. And sometimes you have to press pause on family, and you have to ask them to you have to step away from them for whatever time period it takes you, just to really take a look at what they are bringing into your life. And sometimes it's not positive. And this is not the case for everyone. Some of you are going to listen to this and you're going to be like, Jeff, that doesn't apply to me. That's fine. Make sure the people that you know that are out there that are being negatively influenced by family and living that life of chaos, make sure that they hear this message. Thank you for sharing it. I appreciate all of you for following along and just helping me lift and grow my message that I'm trying to get out to everyone. So thank you, and I look forward to connecting with all of you soon. You can connect with me through my Instagram account. Is always the easiest way to get in touch with me, and that's at Jeff Robertson, Rabason is my Instagram handle. So look forward to hearing from all of you. Cannot wait to hear your feedback on this message and give me some of the chaos moments that you had in your life.